Hey guys, it's me again. So I'm making this video today just to kind of vent today. I'm I'm stressed out, to say the least. I'm I'm stressed out because I still can't find a job. I applied for the dollar store. There's two of them that are nearby the house my parents' house where I'm living at the moment, and they would be, close enough where I could get back and forth to work and we could make something work because my sister would be able to drop me off or take me or whatever. And I applied for two different stores. I got a call back from the one lady, and she's like, "Hi, would you like to come in for an interview?" I was like, "Oh my god, yes, finally, thank God, something." And then she's like, "Okay, well, you can meet me over here in this area." I'm like, "Why would I meet you 20 minutes away from the store? The store is only 2 minutes down from my house, 3 minutes down from my house." She wanted me to meet her at this location 20 minutes away. I'm like, so at first I'm thinking, did I apply to the wrong store? So I get right online before I answered her back. I go online and checked to see where I applied for it. And I was like, no, I applied for the right store. So I met her like, hi, I'm sorry. I applied for this location. I don't know if there was a mix up or confusion there. And she's like, oh no, see, I'm sorry, that location's no longer isn't accepting anyone at this moment. But we have the opening at this store. It makes me wonder sometimes how people get the positions that they have. Because why didn't this woman open up the conversation with, hi, this is blah 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 from Dollar Store. I see that you currently applied for the store at da 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 location. However, we unfortunately do not have any positions at that store. But if you'd be interested in working at blah 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 location, I'd be happy to do an interview with you. Can we schedule one? Like, and mind you, I go online and I look up the application where I applied for and looked for the website to see if there was any, if the positions were still open on the site. There was 5 positions for each store that I applied for online still. So, well, you know what I did? I told her, I'm sorry, thank you very much, but no, that location doesn't work for me. And then I reapplied for every single position that was for each store. So that's 10 more applications I put in. See, this is why I make these videos, because people are always so quick to judge and say, oh, you just need to do this, you need to do that, when you have no fucking clue what I'm like dealing with, or how I'm like what's going on. Because people think their experience is the only experience, and because this is how it's worked for them, then oh, it has to work like that for everywhere else. Or oh, well, because that girl's doing it like this, that and there shouldn't be reason. Like, we're not all the same. We are not all the same. Just because one girl's experience is one way does not mean it's the same for someone else. It's just not. I wish it was, but it's not. Hey, I don't make this up. It's just how it is. Um, and what's pissing me off is that, like, not pissing me off. I'm getting frustrated because I'm so used. Like, if I wasn't living in my parents' house with family, there's ways I could go about making money if I need to make money. You know what I mean? But I can't do that because I'm living in my parents' house. And I also don't drive. Like, I don't have a car. Because I don't have a job to make money for the car. Because if I had made money for a car, I could then get 2 jobs, or even 3 jobs, or whatever, to make more money, which would allow me to get a place and move to an area where there's not such a small town I live. Like, it just annoys me when people think that they have it all figured out and they have the answers to everything, and you have no fucking clue. And then people want to sit there and critique me or criticize me and say, oh, you're just looking for a handout with my GoFundMe page. But it's like, so what should I do then? Do nothing? Because at least if I have a GoFundMe page, that's at least something, right? Because at the end of the day, your opinions or views or your stuck up nose at what I'm doing to survive in my life doesn't benefit me, doesn't keep me safe. Because though, yes, I'm living back home at my family's house, but that's only temporary. My family's not fully supportive of me. I mean, they kicked me out when I was 16. So, like, it's on a very, very short time frame. And I don't know when that is. It could be whenever they decide to be like, yeah. You know what I mean? So if I'm not working to make the money, because I can't find work to make money, and the resources that I would go to make money can't do those things, give me the answer to what you think I should do to make money then? For all the people that think that they have all the answers in the world for me. Someone suggests I should do a Google certificate. That'd be great. If I was like, had the months and time to do it and the money to invest into doing it. That's a 6-month program, 3-month program. I don't have that time. And I don't have $150 to $300 just to throw out on a course to then try to get a job. And like, that's not like, and that's the thing is some people have their ideas are so tuned to their life and how their world works. And you see, your ideas and how your world works doesn't work for necessarily how my world works. And it might not work for someone else how their world works. It's like, I guess, this is how they say, common sense isn't common. Or you can't relate if you've never been through it. You know what I mean? Like, if you've really never been through a rough, like really rough situations in life, then you're never going to understand. If you've never, like, been on the streets, homeless, stay that way for months so you can save up your money so you can get into an apartment just for them to then profile you. And then, and then what, one thing happens, you lose your place. Like, God, didn't COVID teach us that? How many people had careers, businesses, all that stuff, and then lost everything? God, I had a roommate that moved out of the 3-story townhouse I was living at in Fort Lauderdale. And I ended up paying $22,300 a month because if I didn't, what was going to happen? The landlord wasn't going to let me just live there without paying the rent, even after he bounced. And then I get so angry about that. Like, God, if that never happened, where would I be? But then, I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't have had those experiences I went through and stuff like that. But I always look back like, God, if I had that money still saved up. But again, I have to remember, though, I also have to be thankful for the fact that I even had that money, because heaven forbid I didn't have that money and COVID happened. Then what would have happened? I would have been fucked. At least I had the luxury of being able to pay my water bill, my electric bill, my rent, even though I was paying double the price, but at least I had the money to do it. I didn't have to be, end up getting kicked out of my apartment. Because even though they had the law saying that they couldn't pick people out, they were kicking people out. Or at least once it was lifted, if you were back behind on rent, they kicked you out. So I didn't want to get behind on rent. It's just so funny how fickle people are, how people will sit there and say all these things and come up to all these conclusions of all these things. But then, heaven forbid, something happens to me, I end up having to get kicked out of here, I end up going to a hotel, get killed, get murdered, or whatever. Because things happen. Things happen. I'm a trans woman, a black trans woman living in America. Things happen. Then all those people can be like, oh my God, I knew her, I was so good friends with her, did it? But you didn't give 2 fucks when I was alive. And so it's like, well, that's why I always just do what's best for me, regardless of what other people think. So, you don't have to agree with my methods, but you've also never walked 2 days in my shoes, so you can't give me constructive criticism on something you've never constructed or been through. Love you guys.